we have another amazing AI in the market, which is called Articraft. Now, Articraft writes code, executes it, and receives validation feedback. And it refines the result into simulation ready 3D assets with parts, joints, and motions. You can see one demonstration right over here. And we have the project page and the code base. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about how to set this up locally on your computer. And we're going to talk about the providers that are OpenAI, Gemini, and Anthropic. So let's dive right into the video and start with a local setup of Articraft. Hi and welcome back to Skill Cup. This is Osham Reyes and we're finally getting started with this video. But before we get started with installation, I want to give you an overview of Articraft. So Articraft would look something like this, where you can actually generate a 3D articulated object, which is going to have all the joints and everything, each and every detail to it, and also the code. And here is the architecture on which it runs. So this is the agent workspace. So we have the action space or tools, and then we have the iterative execution ground refinement loop, at the end of which we get the final output. Then we have the applications. So you can see that I input playground image and I can generate this 3D object from that image. This chair, which is actually revolving just from this image. And you can see all the examples right over here. These are all the applications of Articraft, and it was just released yesterday. Now, Articraft can also be used in robotic simulation and in virtual reality as well. Here's an example of Articraft in action, and we have a couple of comparisons. But we're going to skip all of this, just the theory part, and we're going to dive right into installation. So let me get started with installation. So you have to go to the GitHub repo, and all you have to do is just clone this GitHub repo. Let me go ahead and do that. Just copy this, open up your terminal. So I'm just going to say cd desktop. And on desktop, I have the artifacts folder that I created. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch to that. And here I'm just going to go ahead and say git clone, then paste in the URI that I copied from GitHub. And at the end, just repeat it, which means that it's going to clone everything in this folder and it's going to start cloning. Once we're done cloning, then I can go ahead with the setup. And for that, all you have to do is you have to install these prerequisites. You need to have a Python 3.12 and UV installed. UV is a package manager. Just is a Rust runner. It is based on Rust and it's a runner. And then NPM is optional. So we're going to check whether we have these or not. And I'm going to show you how you can install these prerequisites as well. So if you're talking about Python, you can just go to Python website, pretty simple, and just go to downloads here. And you can download the stable version right over here. Anything above 3.12 would work. After that, you have to go to your terminal. And here you have to see whether you have UV installed or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and say UV version and I have UV installed. If you don't have it, just clear the screen and say, hey, npm I then -g, which means that it's going to install it globally, and then UV. Now, if you want to confirm just, you just have to say just and version, and it should show you the version. And if you don't have it installed, just say npm install -g and rust-just. That's it. And this should install just on your computer. Now, once you're done with all the prerequisites, what you need to do is open up GitHub Bash or Git Bash. And here you have to run this command right over here, just setup. It's updating UV from this version to the latest version, which is needed. And after checking for updates, it's going to overwrite the existing secret files. And once everything is according to the platform that we need to run, it's going to run that platform. And once we run it, we can actually go ahead and add our API keys. So for that, I'm going to open up the .env file. So let me just go ahead and do that. So I have the project opened up, and here I'm just going to go ahead and open up the .env file. And I'm just going to rename this to env. And here I'm just going to paste in the API key for my open router as well as for Gemini. So you can get the API keys pretty easily. All you have to do is go to Google AI Studio. Pretty simple. Get the API key right over here and create an API. So this is for Articraft. Now, as soon as you have your API key, just copy that out, close this, go back to your editor, and here I'm just going to paste that in. So after you're done adding all your desired API keys, just save this and close the IDE. Then we can finally get started with creating an asset. So we're going to run artifact and generate. this example right over here. So I ran the just setup command and it ran successfully. Now let me go ahead and clear this, and I just need to paste in the command that I copied, which is UV run artifact and generate a realistic articulated desk lamp. So let's see how it works. Alright, so once you set up your API keys and run this command right over here, you will see something like this. It's actually going to call the LLM and then provide the summary. So this is the summary. We want a weighted base, two hinge arms, and an adjustable lamp. And then it's going to start the thinking process. So this is the whole thinking process, how the lamp head should be, how should it have the ability to adjust orientation and all. And after doing repetitions and iterations over the same design almost 100 times, is going to give you the result. So I'm just going to wait for it to complete and then we're going to talk about it because right now it's on the seventh turn. Also, this might be a bit costly because right now I'm using Open Router's free models. You can use them, but they have a rate limiting. So you have to switch to a paid tier later on. So the process is complete. And as you can see, it took around 18 iterations to complete this. Also, I had to change the LLM from OpenRouter to OpenAI's API key because OpenRouter has a rate limiting. And the process broke off around 12 iterations. So I had to switch back to my OpenAI's API. And it took around $1.47 to complete this within 980.2K tokens within almost 6 minutes. Next is to open the viewer in the browser and we can interact with it and also added the existing asset. So let's wait for the viewer to run. So there you go. After you run the just viewer, it's going to start the build and at the end it's going to give you the URL where the 3D model is hosted. So you can see I have 127.0.0.1 and this is the port. So I can just go ahead and copy this. Back here in my browser, I can just paste that in and hit enter. And this should give me the artifact viewer. So this is the artifact viewer dashboard and it's loading the whole thing. So this is the overview, the data size and everything. Now, if you can see, this is the result. This is the whole lamp that we created and that too locally on a computer. And you can see how detailed it is. We have all the joints and even the details like the light right here in the lamp. So we can start with the base right over here. We can change the rotation of the base, the lower arm, the upper arm, and so forth. Also, we can render it if we wanted to and save this as a PNG. And that's not all. We even get the code of the whole model. So we can actually place this code inside any of our projects. And all of this was done within almost 6 minutes. This is a really good project, Artifacts. And we can also animate all the joints. So if you can see here, we can animate the joints by clicking here. And you can see now it's moving. So we know which joints are going to move later on. And this is really good when you're working in 3D printing and when you're working in building tools, which are really crucial and you need to be very precise with the design. We can even check the joint overlays. So these are the joints and we can also check the surface samples. Amazing. So these are the results that we get from a very simple prompt, which is almost just 2 lines. What if we have a more detailed prompt? And I'm looking forward to experimenting with it more. With that said, I want to wrap this video up. I hope this video was valuable for you to understand how you can set this up locally on a computer and how you can build these 3D models. If you found this video insightful, hit that like button. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Ring the notification bell to never miss out on the daily updates. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay curious and keep exploring.